Yes, welcome back. Thanks for still being there. If you just joined us, it is The Press coming to you live from our Abuja studio. And I'm glad to let you know that one of my guests is already in the studio, and I shall be doing what we do, making sure that you familiarize with them. He is Abdulazeez Idris, is the convener, Abuja Traders and Entrepreneurs Roundtable, is also an economic and political analyst. Abdulazeez, it's so nice to have you on The Press this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so I did tell you that our focus definitely this morning is going to be on the rivers crisis. And if you take a look at all the dailies this morning, all the dailies focus also on the unveiling, on the unraveling of the situation in River State. That the story there is always fresh and just giving us, you know, if I were a skit maker, I would just say we keep having content upon content to go by. But these are serious situations, you know, happening in River State, which is, you know, acclaimed as the treasure base of Nigeria. It's unfortunate that we're having issues like that come out of that state. But like I love to do it, I also like to ask my guests to give us a peek, you know, into their mind about the matters of the nation, state of the nation. What is your take on Nigeria right now as a Nigerian?
Yeah, once again, good morning, KAFTANTV and the guests, the listeners of KAFTANTV. Rivers crisis has been a crisis that lingers for a time now. And what I was seeing right now is as a result of the Supreme Court judgment that was delivered last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Now the events are unfolding, whereby there were trade of words and trade of blames and others from all the two sides. You know, the River State crisis was between a godson, political godson and political godfather. That's why it started between Wike, who is on the other hand with his camp, and Fubara, also the current governor of River State, whereby he also has his own camp. Both of them, there have been disagreements, and this is as a result of the fact that Nigeria's politics were marred by a lot of political betrayals, disagreements, distrust, and others. And that's why you see every day we're having problems of political battles between one camp and the other, not only in River State. There are so many other states that we're having similar, but the River State now is the one trending, because the UK camps up to now did not agree with the Fubara camps. After Supreme Court judgment, we thought it would be an avenue for them to come together, sit and iron things out. I thought by this time all of them should have hid the sword so that the battle will come to an end. But the Fubara camp, or the Fubara himself, the governor of the state, is not also helping the matter, despite the fact I knew also the Wike, who is the present minister of the Federal Capital Territory, also at his own part, he's not also helping the matters for peace to reign in River State. All this battle you see, as I said, is between godfather and godson. In Africa's politics entirely, in Nigeria in particular, godfatherism has become a problem, has become a menace, whereby until when we find a better way or better solution to it, then we can have a better governance. But at this point of time, if you check it very well, you find out that whenever somebody you cannot reach that ladder. You can't reach that position without somebody helping you.
But you see godfatherism, in quote, going anywhere in Nigerian politics. Do you think there is some kind of surgery that will be done in the political sphere to put a stop to it? Do you think politics in Nigeria will move forward anytime soon without us having that coloration, you know, in it? It will
be a difficult surgery, and you know, in surgery, doctors have to prepare their tools before the surgery, and they have to prepare some antidotes, whereby the sedating contents and whatever that could make the patient to sleep before they can be able to operate it. But in this one, in the political surgery, you know, it doesn't apply in that terms. Why I say so is because the history of godfatherism didn't start in Africa. It starts even from where we borrowed the democracy, that is America, for example, if we assume America is the one. So even in America, there is godfatherism. And definitely when you said there's godfather and there's godson, which politically we expect from the beginning, you see there's a mutual trust. But as soon as the benefactor enters office, you can see within a short notice, you will see differences. I want to always recall the fact that in Second Republic, we have similar case of in Kano between Malam Amin Kano, who is a national leader and a political icon in Africa. He took the hand of his political godson, Malam Muhammad Abubakar Rimi, and said, okay, Kano people, if you are behind me, bought Muhammad Abubakar Rimi as the governor of Kano State in 1979. And he was elected as governor. Immediately he enters office. Before you know, before you say, mostly they say Jack Robinson, before you know, the fight started. Whereby even the party has to be divided into two. They make it a Sansi and Tabo at that time. It is a very serious battle.
It's a serious battle.
But that one, there's something I always look at when some people always moves with the principles of democracy, but some people prefer a principle of interest other than the democratic principle. What I'm saying here is that Malam Amin Kano at that particular time hold on to himself and tell his followers, we bought it, I asked you to vote for this sort of person, and you voted for him. Now that he enters office, this is what is going on. Now, there's no need for serious fight. Let's wait for the next election.
Now going back to River State, now since the return of civil rule in 1999, River State, the acclaimed treasure treasure base of Nigeria, has had 5 governors. We had Peter Odili, Celestine Omeha, Chibuike Amechi, Nyesom Wike, and now Simi Fubara. I want to let us understand, you know, this crisis that is going on, because while I was doing my little research, I discovered that political crisis in this new dispensation, as it were, since the return of civil rule actually started in 2006, is not something that is alien to River State. So a lot of people will wonder why Fubara's tenure is so extraordinary. Or some people may not agree that Fubara's tenure is extraordinary in terms of political crisis, with Wike in between the whole mix, as it were. Can we take a look at, you know, political crisis in River State and try to juxtapose it with what is happening now? Is it like, is a laid down script that must be played out by every governor who comes in to the state? Is it that for every dispensation there must be political crisis, as it were? And of course, how important this present one is in the mix, if tomorrow we decide to go down the annals of history, you know, to talk about political crisis in River State.
Yes. This is not, as far as River State is concerned, it's not, this, let me put it that way, this is the first time whereby there's already there's a big division there's a crack between, especially for example now, the former governor, which went away with the 27 lawmakers, and also the side of the governor, which he's having just 3 or 4 of the members of the House of Assembly members that are behind him. So if you look at the division, the crack in the state is telling you that there's no specific script to play at this point of time, because whose script are you going to play? Is it the Fubara script or the Wike script? When you look at the two parties, for example, the governor, the governors, as they mentioned in one of the newspaper, that they were able to now send him a letter, as well as they listed his sin.
The 19 sins, which we'll be taking a look at that very soon.
Yeah. So if you look at it, Governor Fubara, he's among the young governors as we have today in this dispensation. We especially youths, they're very much happy to see that people like him coming up on board. But along the line, we always try to portray a kind of level of inexperience and desperation without what it plays in his own side with greediness. Let me put it this way: Fubara you have never held any meaningful political office since you started politics, and now you are able to have a saddle to become a governor of a state. But immediately you come in, there's a need for you at whatever level to at least try and try and hide your ego, lower down your ego. You keep aside even that desperation. You know, they said desperation is always deterrent to civility. Whenever you fail to exercise decorum and civility in terms of your dealings with those people who think they are the powers that brought you in, definitely they will go after you. These are the things which, if you didn't use experience from others, then definitely you will not learn for you to be able to handle situations like this. So now the Wike on side was that I always used to say that Wike is somebody who is power intoxicant at this very point of time. Yes, because there's a need for our leaders always to understand that this power is transient. You have it today, the next thing is where other people. In Second Republic, we don't hear name of Wike. He's nowhere to be found. Where we have been hearing what that time was Richard Akinjire, Omori Diko, the President Shagari himself, and so on. So now, whenever you open your newspaper today, every day, you either hear Inyosamuke, you hear Fubara, you hear Tinubu, because this is, we work with time. So when time comes, time go. You understand?
Same thing with power.
Same thing with power. So definitely there's a need for both of them to understand the differences. All these battles they're doing is not for the interest of the River State people, but all of them are dependent on their selfish interest.
Now, the River State, talking about Rivers crisis, the Assembly has served Governor Fubara and his deputy notice of misconduct. It says the River State House of Assembly has accused Governor Simi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu of alleged misconduct. In a notice submitted to Speaker Martin Amerwale on Monday, 26th, on Monday, I beg your pardon, 26 lawmakers outlined their allegations against the governor, citing Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution as amended and the other relevant laws. The legislators accused Fubara of offenses including reckless and unconstitutional spending of public funds and obstructing the Assembly's activities. My question now is, with this information given by these 26 lawmakers, do you agree to this? If I ask you as an individual, do you think Fine, you said, is one of the youngest governors, and the youth, are drawn to the fact that he's not one of the recycled that we have, which is also one of the things that bothers us as Nigerians, having recycled politicians on and off again.
Yeah.
That this misconduct allegation that has been given, that has been placed on him, but all this while we haven't heard anything much about his deputy, you know, in the mix of all this confusion. But I was shocked, you know, to wake up to this latest unveiling or revelation coming from River State House of Assembly with his deputy in the mix of it. But again, the question I'm asking as a Nigerian, do you agree to this allegations against Fubara in this latest situation or crisis that is brewing, which is, like someone rightly said, the road to impeachment?
Yes. To some extent, someone could agree with the misconduct they sent to him. In a desperate move earlier, that to stop impeachment that time, before the court battles, if you could remember, Governor Fubara entirely went and demolished and break the Assembly House just for fear of impeachment at that time. So there are a lot of things that he did to ensure that, including in some instances even attacking some of the members of the House, so that they will not be able to impeach him. You see, one thing is, in politics sometimes there's a need for us to embrace peace, and it's not bad for executives to lobby so far they will get what they want. And that particular time he did not look at it that way. Instead of lobbying to have the majority of the House behind him, he started fighting. The battles went on, and in that process, they lost confidence on him, and that's why you can see the misconduct they are writing to him now. So in that, the difficulties, what is going on at this point of time is that if these misconducts that they have listed to him, he happens to be guilty of it all, then that means by mere looking, the impeachment process might go on. But you know, there are problems because the CJ2 hasn't yet been, we don't know his direction, let me just put it that way, the chief judge of the state. So, but at this very point of time, what people need to understand is that Governor Fubara, after this Supreme Court judgment, what we expect from him was to have an intense lobby, call on board his predecessor, Wike, and plead with him for peace. Meanwhile, among the processes that has been happening, don't forget, since October 2023, October 2023, yes, Governor Fubara has stopped the salaries, allowances, and other remunerations for these legislators. I'm sure you're aware of that. So, you see, the first thing I expect him to do was, as they come in, he should have released all their funds. You know, all the spendings he has been making in the state were not backed by law, because he did not took the budget to the assembly at that time. There's no how you will say that this is 27 and these are 3, and you work with the 3 and you thought the 3 there's no mathematics, no arithmetic somebody can do to you to tell you that 3 is bigger than 27. So entirely, if you look, he messed up a lot. He has made many impeachable offenses in that, you understand. That spending alone is one major reason whereby even if Fubara was impeached, there's a reason for it, because it's enough reason. Any spending of a penny from the state coffers must be backed by law. If you fail to back it by the law, by whatever means you went and spent the state money from its coffers, then you have breached, and that could lead to your impeachment. Similar things happen in also Second Republic, if I can remember, in Kaduna State. Abdulazeez Musa was impeached because of this lack of backed law, you understand, for government spending and other political differences. You understand? So even if Fubara is impeached, it's not the first time. And, you know, as usually people used to say, heaven will not fall. It will still remain where it is. So one thing we should understand is that Fubara fell to come down and sneak to get the best and peace for the state so that he can govern. You cannot just come today, you understand, and said you are going to be the master of yourself. You need to learn. The man that really, I'm not behind, or I'm not backing 100% godfatherism, but at the same time, we need to tap from the experience of those before us. If you fail to understand that there's a need for you to tap from the experience of those who are above you, you hardly succeed.
That's true. Now we need to take a look at the scenes, the 19 scenes of Fubara. You know, it says full list, the 19 scenes, while Rivers Assembly wants Fubara impeached, and we actually have like 10 of them. Because of time, we won't be able to go through all of the scenes in quote that the Rivers State Assembly has brought against Fubara. I'm still expecting my second guest. We hope that he joins us. He did say that he was caught up in traffic somewhere, but Abdulazeez is here. I'm very happy. So Abdulazeez, let us start with the first scene. So it says that His Excellency Sir Simi Fubara, GSSR, Governor of Rivers State, refused to present the Rivers State Appropriation Bill 2024 to the Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 121, Subsection 1, Subsection 2 of the Constitution, and disobeyed the order of the Federal High Court in suit number FHC ABJ CS 1613-2023. Now, you rightly talked about the spending outside of the budget, which is an impeachable offense by any standard. So that's the first sin which you've tackled so far. So that takes us to the second sin, according to the National Assembly, that the governor of Rivers State authorized or approved withdrawals from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State in the 2024 financial year of Rivers State without an appropriation law duly passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 120 of the Constitution. More or less is the same as not passing, you know, the 2025 budget and spending. And again, that is part of what the Rivers State, the Assembly is holding against him, that he has spent the monies of the state without really giving account. Now, they say when two elephants fight, it's the ground that suffers, and in this instance, it's the people of Rivers State, because we've also learned that retirees and civil servants are not finding it any easy, you know, under this present pressure, the power tussle, like you said, and the crisis that will not just go away. Let us talk more about the effect of all of this on the people who actually voted a governor to lead them, to serve them.
Yes.
And yet, at the end of the day, they're at the receiving end of all of this confusion.
Yes, it has a very negative impact on the people of Rivers State. Any governance, any good governance, is a governance that is centered towards delivering the dividend of democracy to its state members, I mean the people of the state. Now, when there is no law backing spendings, at this point of time, if you look at it, the pensioners, as you mentioned, were not finding it easy because their money could not be paid as expected. Many of the state workers, the teachers, even the security personnel and so whom maybe there's any state outfit, all these things will really cripple them. And apart from that, even the personal businesses, trading and others, will also be crippled by this lack of finances and funding. So all these things, you see, another thing is when this battle goes on, infrastructural development will halt. When this battle keeps on going, healthcare suffers. There could be no adequate facilities. There could be no adequate drugs and medicinals that people needed in the state. So another thing is from the part of the youths, when the fight lingers to this extent, definitely there could be no meaningful employment. So the youths will now be stranded, and this it has another serious implication, whereby some of the youths sitting idle, they can be recruited by the agents of Satan.
So it does cause more confusion, and
to go into crime.
So, well, if you just joined us, it is the press. We need to take a short break now. I think my other guest is here. And of course, when we return, just get ready with your phones. You have your opportunity to call in and be part of the discussion. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
we blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTANTV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Do you want wider patronage of your goods and services?
Do you want your goods and services to have traction?
Do you desire to make more sales and increase your return on investment?
KAFTAN TV has got you covered because you can achieve all this with reasonable amounts of money.
With modest charges, we are the best around here for advertising and product promotion.
Whatever you want to say it for us on KAFTAN TV.
We are a global multimedia platform aimed at positioning the African viewpoint
on Startimes channels 480 and 124 and free-to-air NIGCOMSAT channels 12518, symbol rate 29500.
With crystal clear digital signals, we reach no fewer than 54 million viewers around the world.
For advert bookings and sponsorship of programs, please call
Silas.
Yes, welcome back once again. I'm glad to let you know that my second guest is right here in the studio. And not just that, I want you to also know that our phone lines are open. You can call in and, you know, give us your opinion on the rivers crisis. But first, let me introduce my second guest. Is Honorable Habib Gajo, is a political scientist and a politician, a businessman, BDC expert, former presidential candidate in 2019. Is a political and economic analyst as well as a public affairs analyst. It's so nice to have you on the press this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I've been expecting you. Abdulazeez has been here holding forth on the discussion. So just from the top, before you came, we're actually taking a look at the 19 sins of Fubara. We've done 2, but before we go, let us take this call from our first caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, KAFTAN Television.
Good morning. John Darlington, you're calling from Abuja. Yes, what do you have for us today?
Please, what I want to add to what people are saying, I just want to get my own views on it. Number one, KAFTAN Television is people-driven, and we love KAFTAN very much.
Thank you.
Please, your guest that has spoken is so biased about the issue in River State.
Really?
You have to be. Yeah, you always get people that are biased, that are unbiased in issues. He has just made us to know that maybe he's a wicked. He would have introduced him as wicked spokesperson. He has not really done anything to the issue. He's just criticizing Fubara. But what of the other camp? They have not done anything wrong. There's nothing they have done to warrant them to make sure that the peace is restored in River State.
I think he has made his point.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We feel your passion. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So before Abdulazeez reacts to that call, I just want you to let us on your own understanding of the rivers crisis, and please don't be biased.
No, you see, we have to be fair because we are leaders, and we have to talk when the times arrives. You understand? President Tinubu has spoken. You understand? When Ampadek paid him a courtesy call, he has said so many things. You understand? But he has taken side. You understand? The judiciary has taken side. Now judiciary has created all these crises. You understand? Even where they don't have jurisdiction, they interfere on it. You understand? For example, now we are all aware. State Assembly matter ends in Supreme Court. It has never gone in appeal court. It has never gone to Supreme Court, and that case still pending. Whether they are members of PDP or they are members of APC, but Supreme Court went ahead and knocked the gavel on Fubara. You understand? It's not about Fubara, is not about personality of Fubara, it's not about personality of Nancy Wiki, is about good governance. If we don't have what they did is miscarriage of justice. You understand? List them. One, they should not give River State their own state allocation funds. We are in a federal state. River State is a federal unit. Now, if River State, and River State is number 3 strongest economy and revenue generator in Nigeria. Today, if River State governor said, no, okay, it's okay. You can hold your allocation. I will hold my resources, and my tax will sustain me. And I think definitely if this thing has been done to Wiki, that's what is going to apply. You understand? secondly, the Supreme Court cannot sit down and annul the legitimacy of elected local government chairman and said, don't give them their money until they conduct fresh elections. Have we forgotten? Have we forgotten all these things? Let's take judgment one by one. You will now understand. Fubara doesn't have anything.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
What I'm saying about the issue of River State.
Go ahead.
Tinubu and the week, once we reach the election, before election date, 2027, you can see they are trying to put in the speaker to stay there as their.
Oh, you lost him.
Oh, we lost that call.
Okay,
try and call back again.
In the sense that now we should take them one by one. You understand?
Gajo.
So I quite agree with some judgment of the Supreme Court that rule of law needs to be followed.
Please, can we take another call, please?
But rule of law does not limit only in state and local government. It implies in the Supreme Court itself.
Hello, good morning.
In the court of law.
Good morning.
Yes, what's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Oswald. I'm calling from Guarimpa.
From where?
From Guarimpa.
Yes, Oswald, please go ahead.
Yes. Anyway, I think we've gotten to a stage now. Discussion of impeachment and all that. But again, for me, it doesn't take away the fact that there are certain things that are fundamentally wrong in what has been happening. And it will still continue. For those who are on ground in River State, let's take some politics out of it. Have we asked ourselves what is the issue between the two gladiators? Because that will still come up over time. We give room for this. It's been mentioned here. It's godfatherism, basically. Whether your godson revolts against you or whatever it is, we pinned everything to interest of a few, which is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And I'll tell you, basically the Rivers people, you need to be in Port Harcourt, you need to be in Rivers State to understand some of it. Now, when you play politics with, all we do outside here is we discuss politics. But the first thing is, what is the issue between these two players? Many have accused Fubara of being disloyal, whatever it is, a lot of other stuff. But what is the issue? Nobody has said anything. We hear the governor, the minister saying something about political structure. Which structure are we talking about?
Yes, okay.
Which structure are we talking about? None of his party men, none of his loyalists has changed ground from the first day. But we knew very well that all the issues started when funds were, issues of funds were mentioned.
Now, because of time, Oswald, we can't go on and on.
I just want us to situate that, because by the time you take this person out, what has changed? You're going to bring on that loyalist.
Okay. Thank you so much, Oswald, for calling in. Thank you. Thank you.
So, let me land on
Gajo.
I think Abdulazeez. Okay, go ahead.
Let me land. Now, instead of judiciary to deliver justice, they have now created anarchy. Anarchy in the sense that today River State government is not functioning. Today they have served those who adjourn indefinitely to present budget because the Supreme Court said present a fresh budget. Who gave Supreme Court an authority to ask the governor to represent the state budget? Can you tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to represent budget?
Thank you.
Budget of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Gajo.
Are we serious? You are not a moderator, my friend.
You have said it all.
Now,
it's not a matter of moderation.
Now,
this budget you are talking about
whether it has done wrongly or badly in Duar Buhari's regime. Abdulmumin Kofa, the chairman of operation, came out and told Buhari that this budget is being padded. You understand? And Buhari signed it into law. And we are here talking about Fubara, Wike. Who is Wike? Who is Fubara? We are talking about River State people, the legitimacy of the people, the people you govern, the state you run, the security apparatus in the state. How are they going to work? Primary health care, schools and so on and so forth. How are you going to generate revenue? You understand? You can't put all your hatred on a one man against the state. Let us give
Abdulazeez a chance to say his own take on
when
this.
You're talking, you see, whatever we're doing, we need to do justice to the matter. You understand? When you take sides, that's where the problem is. Somebody called, even say I was biased because I was able to say that the budget that he failed to represent the other one the other time that he was asked now to be to represent it to the House of Assembly.
He has represented them.
Was because he hasn't represented.
Yes,
hold on.
Yes, he did.
Secondly, it was not signed into law. So
he signed it into law.
You cannot. He
signed it into law.
Three legislators.
Look. You are not
moderating. You are not
no. You see the argument. No, me, I'm talking from the legal perspective. You understand?
The legal perspective that you are talking
if the Supreme Court says
is not backed by law.
Wait, I'm coming. If the Supreme Court says you have not reached quorum, how does River State will get quorum? The 26 of them decamp to APC. They decamp and they move to APC. So which evidence does the Supreme Court had?
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm Mr. Anthony calling from Anambra State.
Please go ahead.
Yes, I was trying to tell you the other my call that it was a case of Wike and Tinubu doing the actors against 2027 election.
Yes, it already.
They are trying to rig the election before the election.
Is it the same person?
The same person. Yeah,
you've called before. I'm sorry.
He has called before. It's the same argument. It's the same point.
I'm so sorry. We can't go back on
the
that.
point I'm trying to make, you understand? Let Gajo understand that there's no mathematics that you can tell me that 3 legislators are bigger or higher than 26. You understand? No further math you can do that to tell me that this is equal to this or this one is 3 is bigger than 26. There's no in
the absence of 0.26.
No. There's nothing like 0.26.
It's zero.
The defection or the campaign from one party to another is allowed by law. You understand?
Court declared their seat vacant.
You cannot. No.
Yes, court declared their seat vacant.
That matter is still in the court. You understand? It has not been yet finally decided.
I have said it here. I said it's in appeal court and it will terminate in appeal court. But the issue the issue of
the judgment, the Supreme Court judgment,
I'm calling
declared.
The issue of new breed politicians, they don't understand that the rule of law is not ruled by the law. You understand?
Rule of law is not ruled
by the law. You understand? Now, when you have the quorum, you said, I don't want the quorum because you decamp, you wave flags, you declare your defection in the State Assembly complex at the chamber where the mace, the authority is being placed. You said you have decamped to APC with your own majority. From there, you move to APC headquarter in River State. What does Supreme Court need evidence for? The court of High Court of River State asks INEC to declare their seat vacant and asks INEC to conduct election in 90 days. They now went to court. You understand? They went for appeal, and the appeal has now, up till today, the appeal appeal court has never ruled against that matter. And where did the Supreme Court got it that they are not the camp? There is no evidence.
Hello?
You see, it's a miscarriage of justice.
Hello?
Quorum is those who belong to. When your seat is being declared, you lost your quorum. You understand? It's just a pregnant woman and went and did abortion and said, I don't want the pregnancy. At the end of the day, and she came back and said, Pekin still did my belly.
Please let us take another call. Let us take a call.
Let us be sincere.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Pastor Akere calling from Akure in Ondo State.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, if judiciaries in Nigeria are corrupted, what can ordinary Nigeria do? We have no option in Rivers State. What is really happened is a disgrace, it's an embarrassment to the global democracy. Who is political godfatherism? Where is it recognized in the democracies, in the constitution of the countries? But the battles in the Rivers State is battle between Mr. President, APC, and Fubara. But one thing I want Wike to know today, where are the Amechi that we have been hearing their names in Rivers State there? Where are the Fayoses that we have been hearing their names in 1999 as a stubborn politician like this? Then today is in the hands of Wike, but Wike should be thinking that he is not the owner of his own life. He is not the owner. He is not the one that are giving himself the opportunity to be in any position. For you to be obtaining any position and using it to threaten the peace of your own community, such man can never escape the wrath of the judgment of God.
Wow.
Personally, he may be doing it now, winning everything, but he may be thinking about what God has for the River State. And concerning what has been happening in the River State, the problem that are happening there are caused by the judiciary.
Well, I'm sorry, that's all we can take from on that call.
Look at the situation.
I'm so sorry, because we're out of time. But I just want briefly, we've been told to round up. I just want your final take, just 30 seconds.
Yes, my panel said that for River State to have peace, definitely there's a need, as I said earlier on, for the two political leaders, I mean those who are fighting between the Wike camp and Fubara camp, to sit down and iron things out. Impeachment, this is not the first time in Nigeria, and whether the Fubara camp, if they were able to sit down and sheath their swords, the Wike camp to let them do it, so that there could be peace in River State. Because they said a careless chick is a victim of a hawk. So if Fubara couldn't play the right way he should have played to ensure to lobby and ensure that he get the majority of these lawmakers, there's nothing they can do then to impeach him, because he have made those impeachable offenses.
Okay, Habib, please.
Well,
30 seconds. We don't have time at all.
He has not made any impeachable offenses, because anybody that is being the allegation of impeachment is misconduct. All the 99 sins you read is all misconduct that has been turned around. You understand? To make it 19. If I were Fubara, I would deal with Wike. I will do what Ganduje. I will do what Ganduje did to Konkoso. I will stop him from entering River State. Who bought him? You understand? Secondly, let me tell you, nobody has monopoly of violence. I'm coming. I'm taking.
This is politics.
It is politics. I'm saying politics. Abubakar Rimi stopped Shehu Shagari from entering Kano State. It is not the first time. Ambrose Ali did the same in Bender.
This is democracy.
So that's
the democracy.
It's part of democracy.
It's part of democracy. Democracy says if there is no law, if judiciary and executive cannot work together, let us go rough. We had the government of mobs and gangsters. You understand?
We
in
want to thank
Nigeria.
everyone
So
who
it is not the first time. It will never be the end time.
We're in democracy.
Fubara, defend your state. Defend your state, because calling Ijo and what do they call it? What the name of the other tribe? Kalabari. That all of them know how to do violence. Now he has turned River State from back to the military days, military era to today.
We want to appreciate everyone who called.
No, wallahi, if I were Fubara, I will never need peace.
We want to appreciate everyone
I will muzzle and
tomorrow is another date on the press. I'm sorry.
We have a meeting. We have Peter.
Until tomorrow, my name is Anire. Binitie. Bye for now.